Hey, you guys. So, I got a story time for you. Yes, it has something to do with my high school experience. But there again, there's different experiences for different people. I do not speak for the school itself, let alone for the student body of my class. I speak solely on my experiences, my personal experiences, and all that. Um, Again, note not every person in my high school class may have had the same. Note, a lot of people in the same class as me may have had the same experiences, but does not mean that it's canon to my class. With that being said, let's take a trip down memory lane. The year is 2003, and I start my freshman year. I remember vividly being nervous and being so ready to piss my pants. Before you go to YouTube bitching about how I'm talking about soiling myself or whatever, just know you'd be nervous too if it was your first time in a new place. Oh my god. I was hella nervous. That is not to sit there and say, however, that I did not have a teacher aide at the time. Yes, I am mentally disabled. That is to sit there and say, up here does not work right with the rest of my body. I have attention deficit hyperactive disorder. That being said, freshman year, was nervous as a pet coon, about to piss my pants, going to the teachers, into the staff bathroom, which I didn't even know was there. Not just that, it was the women's staff bathroom. Talk about embarrassing. It gets better. Then go up. Now, if you are from Moline, Illinois, and you went to Moline High School, you know what I'm talking about. For those for those of you that did not go to Moline High School or are not from Moline, let me explain. Moline, Illinois, that is. There are 3 floors with like 4 to 5 different hallways, labeled different fucking shit that I don't even remember. Um, I remember there was a J, an E, uh, B, a D, if I remember correctly, and an E, or an I wing. I could be wrong. If you're from Moline and you know Moline High School, Moline, Illinois, and Moline High School in Moline, Illinois, please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but there again, I was new to the school. No one told me where what class was. I mean, they did, but they didn't. Like, they give you a roundabout type of deal. Like, okay, I understand very little of roundabouts. But back then, they gave you that roundabout where X, Y, and Z were. And if you did not know where it was, you were supposed to talk to the teacher or the principal or your guidance counselor. My God, my guidance counselor was hell to find. Anyways, long story short on that, I went to to the Spanish classroom instead of my classroom, which was on the other side of the hallway. Again, embarrassing, I know. Anyways, but I tell the teacher that I'm looking for the teacher at the time who I thought was that teacher. Nope. I go, she tells me where it is. She says, but you can just You can sit out in the hallway or go down to the classroom. I'll phone ahead and tell her that you went to the wrong classroom. Embarrassing. I know. But freshman year wraps up. My sophomore year, which is 2004 to 2005, is next. I go sophomore year, no hitch. Junior year, I tried out for choir. Now, all 4 years I was in band. Only 1 year I was in choir. That was my junior year. My junior year, I tried out for choir on top of being a part of the band, the marching band, which now it's called freshman band. It was called the mixed band. I don't remember if that was actually what it was called, but whatever. Um, so I do remember two of my teachers only because they had a significant uh, impact on my musical career, both as a singer but as also a musician in general. Uh, Mr. Ronald May and Mr. Stephen Swagler, aka the Swag. If you do not know who the Swag is or was, um, you're too young to be on my page. Just kidding. Stephen Swagler, or Mr. Swagler, or the Swag as he was often referred to, in a joking manner, of course, was the band teacher in Moline High School in Moline, Illinois. Ronald May was the choir director uh, for Moline High School in Moline, Illinois. Um, but I did participate in those two activities my junior year. Long story short, I they dropped me from choir my senior year. My senior year, I saw, okay, now this is where the juicy details are going to get kind of cool. So for my senior year, okay, for as long as I can remember, I've always had a teacher aide, and the teacher aide, usually it be he or she. Now, hold that thought. With he or she being said, I had a she my senior year. I'm not going to disclose names because of privacy of the family, not just because of the privacy of the family. I really don't give a damn about the family at this particular time and day, and I will probably never forgive that person's or the people involved in that particular instance. Um, but long story short, the teacher aide in question sat there and made my life a living hell because her daughter didn't know how to shut herself up to the point where she could have been in the family could have ended on good graces with me. That's not how it happened. That's all I'm saying that. I was supposed to be on the honor roll. I was supposed to have everything else like that. My senior year, I actually was nominated for prom king. Did not get that. Um, it's okay. I personally congratulate the prom king of 2007. He deserved it. Um, I graduated with honors, kind of, sorta. Um, After graduation, I kept in contact with a couple of people throughout the years. Um, have a few of my old high school chums actually on Facebook. Um, I don't associate myself with a lot of them because they did do some stuff in the past that I did not agree with at the time and probably still do not to this day. But there again, that is on them, not on me. My nearest and dearest friends on Facebook, whether they be on one of my accounts or all of my accounts or just none of my accounts, they know who they are, they know who they were back in high school, and they know how to mend a broken bridge, so to say. Um, Thank you guys for listening to me ramble on about my high school, about what I went through. Again, not all people with mental health issues um, graduate high school. Some do, some don't. I was one of the fortunate ones to graduate high school and kind of do what I had to do in high school. And I was not really much, I was a socialite, but I wasn't a socialite, if that makes sense. A lot of my friends that I do talk to on Facebook, um, like I said, I love my friends, whoever they may be or not may be. Um, and, you know, just don't take what I say as far as high school. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off by saying, um, some teachers will care for you in high school. Some teachers won't. It just depends on like where you go to school at. For me, I was fortunate. I had teachers that I liked and teachers I didn't like. Who doesn't have those type of teachers? Or teacher aides if you're like myself and you have a mental or physical disability. But a disability does not make you disabled. You have the choice to be an able person. You make the decision to voice your opinions, your rights. Um, you need to speak up against bullying, and you need to speak up for yourself because you must validate your existence, and you must validate, and they must validate your feelings. If you're like myself or like people who are physically disabled. Well, with that being said, have a good night and Happy New Year. I will not be posting tomorrow. I will not be posting tomorrow or Saturday. Or, no, not Saturday. I'm sorry, Friday. So, bye bye.